Hey guys, it's me, Terry of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome to another episode of Movie and Stitch. This is actually going to be a double feature. This is going to be Movie and Stitch for the letter M and N. Since we did not start right at the beginning of the year, we discovered that to get finished within this calendar year of 2021, we were going to have to do a double feature, and we decided to do the letter M and N together. Okay, so this is my double feature. So for the movie that starts with the letter M, I watched a movie that is available on Netflix, and it is called Murder Mystery. And it has, let's see, it's got Adam Sandler in it, Jennifer Aniston, Luke Evans. Now, Luke Evans is, I was thinking I knew him from somewhere, so I had to look it up to see, and then I remembered he was in the live action of Beauty and the Beast. He played Gaston, and I'm sure he is in a lot of other things as well, but that's what I remember him as being in. There was other people, of course, a lot of other actors and actresses. Terrence Stamp, I recognize his face. I didn't look further into seeing what he has been in. But most of the other actors that was on there I don't recognize. Now, it did say that Adam Sandler's wife plays a cameo appearance as a stewardess or flight attendant. I think that's the proper word now. Flight attendant on an airplane. And I believe his children, or some of his, I don't know how many children Adam Sandler has, but I think a couple of his children are in the movie, like, briefly playing his children, I believe. Anyway, so let's see, it is rated PG-13. I'm looking on the IMDb.com where you can get descriptions of movies to get all the info about it. But I did see it on Netflix, like I said. Okay, so the storyline, according to IMDb, says, when a New York City cop, which is Adam Sandler, finally takes his wife, Jennifer Aniston, on a long-promised European trip, a chance meeting on the flight gets them invited to an intimate family gathering on the super yacht of elderly billionaire Malcolm Kent's, or Quince, I'm not sure. Can't remember how they pronounced it. Let's say Quince. When Quince is murdered, they become the prime suspects in a modern-day whodunit. Okay, so this movie, it was pretty good. I have seen other Adam Sandler movies that I enjoyed much better than this one, so it was okay. I don't think it was his best. I really enjoyed him in 50 First Dates. I really like that one. One thing, it's filmed in Hawaii, and I love to see anything filmed in Hawaii since I was there 34 years ago on my honeymoon. But I do love that movie. I think it's funny. But this one, it's okay. Now, the movie reminded me a lot of, like, Murder on the Orient Express, like the Agatha Christie, one of those movies that has like lots of stars in it. Now, this one had, but not real well-known stars, but it just kind of the storyline, because it's like somebody gets murdered, and then you turn around, and then it's like, then everybody else starts dropping dead just about. Seems like, they think they try to solve the mystery, and one of the suspects, they think, oh, it's her, and then she ends up getting murdered, and then, oh, well, it must be him, and then he ends up getting murdered. So it kind of keeps you guessing. I know at the end, the person that is actually the murderer, I was very surprised, or I didn't think it was that person. So, I mean, it kind of keeps you guessing. So, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good. There's a lot of times where they're kind of trying to be funny, but I really didn't think it was very funny, that sort of thing. So, but anyway, it's pretty good. Okay, so as you know, I am still working on the scrappy granny stripe blanket, okay, lapgan, okay. I'm picking out 4 colors per movie, or something to represent something in the movie, and I'm doing 4 stripes, and then I'm separating them with a row of single crochets and a charcoal gray to separate the make divisions between the movies, okay? So I will go ahead and show you, I'll go ahead and show you what it's looking like, and then I'll show you the colors I picked out for this one, Murder Mystery, because I have 2 sections on here to show you today since it's a double feature. And then I will talk about the end movie and then go back to the colors and show you that, okay? So here is, let me get back here, my blanket so far. Now this is for starting with the letters A all the way to the letter N. So it's getting really a nice size. I'm really liking this. I like how the colors are kind of coming out. I think it's doing pretty good. I try to, now I do admit that I try to, if there's another color I hadn't used in a long time, then I will try to use that color to kind of get it in there again. If I can find something in the movie that I can say, oh, that color is for this. But besides that, I do try to, you know, pick out things that would remind me of the movie. Anyway, so that is my progress, or how big the blanket's getting, okay? So now let me come forward here and I will show you, or tell you what the colors are for this movie that I used. Okay, so this section, let me fold the top one down. Okay, so this section right here, there is, let's see, starting with that blue right there. Okay, that is more of the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre and Scuba, and of course that is for the ocean, because most of the movie takes place on a yacht or around the ocean. Okay, I believe it's the Mediterranean. I think that's what it was. Totally forgot. But anyway, the water wasn't actually that color, but that's what I used. Okay, so that is that color, okay? And the next one is black. Now, I used black because on the yacht, a lot of the people are, during a lot of the scenes, they're dressed in, the men are dressed in tuxedos. They're like wearing formal wear. And so I put black in there to represent the tuxedos, okay? And then the red is for a dress that Jennifer Aniston wears during one of the big sections of the movie, okay? So that's the red for her dress. And then I use this white color because a lot of the buildings and the architecture and stuff all in that area were white, you know, like, or white, off-white type, white stucco type buildings. And so anyway, that is the colors that I picked out for the letter N for the movie Murder Mystery, found on Netflix. Okay, so now let me get my notes together for the movie that starts with the letter N, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so on to the second part of this double feature, the movie that starts with the letter N that I watched. And now, last episode of Movie and Stitch, I said that I was going to watch a movie by the name of Newcomers, the Newcomers, I think that's what it was called. Anyway, it was on Peacock TV.com, okay, because I was watching it on my desktop, so that's how you get to it. But I do know the Roku TV has Peacock TV app, and that's free, that you can put on your TV. Anyway, there's lots of free movies on there. I really like that Peacock app or site, or whatever you want to call it. For one thing, when you're doing the Movie and Stitch, it's pretty cool that if you scroll all the way down to the bottom where it shows like the different genres, and you go all the way down to the bottom, it'll say movies from A to Z, and so it'll have all the movies listed alphabetical that they have available on their site, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, so there was a movie on there that was called Newcomers. I was going to watch that for my letter N movie. I started watching it, but it was a little bit slow getting started, and then it kind of I don't know, it got kind of corny, and so I just was losing interest in it, so I didn't watch it. And so, but I did notice that they had, they have a section where they have newly added, or the most recently added movies, and they have Nanny McPhee, and they also have Nanny McPhee Returns. And I've seen Nanny McPhee before, but it's been a long time since I've seen it, and I always liked that. I think it's such a cute movie. And so that's what I watched. I watched Nanny McPhee. Okay, so let's, I'll tell you a little bit about what IMDb says here on my phone about Nanny McPhee. Okay, so Nanny McPhee It was a story written by Emma Thompson. I believe she wrote it. Yeah, she wrote this screenplay, which is cool. And she, of course, is the actress that plays Nanny McPhee, okay? It is rated PG, but I think it's just for like rude humor and brief language. It's not too bad. So let's see, let me see the description of it. Okay, in this dark and witty fable, Dame Emma Thompson portrays a person of unsettling appearance and magical powers who enters the household of recently widowed Mr. Cedric Brown, who is played by Colin Firth. She attempts to tame his 7 exceedingly ill-behaved children. The children have managed to drive away 17 previous nannies, but as Nanny McPhee, which is Emma Thompson, takes control, they begin to notice that their vile behavior now leads swiftly and magically to rather startling consequences. Okay, so I really enjoyed this movie. It's just really cute. It's really cute. Let's see. Some of the cast is... let me scroll up here. Oh, Emma Thompson, Colin Firth, like I mentioned already. It's got Angela Lansbury in it, and it's so funny. She's got this prosthetic nose, and she's real goofy looking. Let's see. She plays a rich aunt or aunt. Okay, and then let's see. Some of the children I recognize, like the oldest child that played Simon. His name is Thomas Brody. I'm waiting for it to open here. Sangster, okay? But I think I recognized him, like, for something. So I was looking under what he played before, and he was in the Maze Runner movies, if you ever saw those. But then it said he was also in one of the Star Wars movies. Now I can't remember which one, but it was one of the Star Wars movies. I didn't dig deep enough to see, but anyway, it says he was in it. Let's see. Some of the other children I thought maybe I recognized, but I don't recognize their names. Now, the cook was played by Imelda Staunton, and of course she played in the Downton Abbey movie, and she's also actually in real life, she's the wife of the guy that played the butler, in Downton Abbey, which is pretty cool. It seemed like I remember seeing her in something before. Now it left me. So anyway, so let's go on. Like I said, I really enjoy this movie. It's so cute. I really like it. You know, she shows up and she's got all these warts and a snaggled tooth and a weird big old nose, and she looks really strange. But every time the kids start being good, okay, some of these warts and things, they start disappearing. So it's pretty cool. I mean, it's funny. I mean, not funny. Well, it's funny. It's cute. I really enjoy it. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, check it out. Like I said, it is free on Peacock TV. So anyway, now I will show you, back to my blanket, the colors I picked out for that. Okay, so as I just showed you, here's the blanket. So the top colors right here is for Nanny McPhee. Now, this movie uses lots of bright colors. Just everything. Their clothes and just everything is like really super neon-y type bright colors. And so there is a chair that is in the family's house that belonged to the mother who had passed away. Okay? And so that chair was kind of a pink fuchsia type upholstered chair, and so this color right here is for the mother's chair. Okay, and now some of the walls in the house was this bright blue colored walls, and so that's what this is right here. Okay, and then there was another room that had like these neon green walls, but also there was a jacket that Cedric was wearing, who was played by Colin Firth, and it was this bright limey green, lime or neon type green, I guess. So I put that in there to represent that. And then there was a really, Evangeline, which is a scullery maid. Well, anyway, she has a transformation toward the end, and she is wearing a dress that was this kind of a light blue. I would say probably a periwinkle blue, but I didn't have that color, so I just used this light Karen Simply Soft that I had, some sort of a light blue, to represent her dress. Okay, so that is my movie and stitch for the letters M and N. Okay, so that means the next letter would be a movie that starts with the letter O. And so I was looking and looking and looking, and right now I'm thinking or considering the movie called Overcomer. I can't remember if there's a "the" in the front of it or not. I don't think so. I think it's just Overcomer. I have seen this movie, but I really enjoyed it in the past. It has been a long time since I've seen it. It is by some Christian directors. They also did the movie The Love Dare. I think that's what it was called. And Flywheel, and the Kendrick brothers. They produced a lot of these movies on their own with the help of them backing of their church. They're like from Georgia. Anyway, so Overcomer is I think it's the newest one that they wrote made. Anyway, so I may be watching that unless I can find an O movie that I can find it somewhere that I can watch it, and then I'll watch that one instead, possibly. But anyway, if you want to give me suggestions on movies that start with the letter O, please list them below, and I will consider your suggestions. I'll try to find them if I can find them free on whatever platform that I happen to have. I have Netflix and Amazon Prime and a few Disney Plus and then some free streaming stuff. So anyway, I'll be looking, and you be looking for me, please. I'd appreciate it, and we'll come up with a movie that starts with the letter O. Otherwise, I will watch Overcomers if it is still on there when I'm going to be watching it, because sometimes they go away. So we'll see if it's still there. It's there right now. Anyway, I'm going to go. This is Wednesday, so everybody have a wonderful rest of your week, and come back tomorrow and we'll have a visit, and I will show you what I've been working on in my regular Yarnjoy podcast episode, what I've been working on for this week. So we'll see you tomorrow in the next video. Bye!